right, listen here. You guys hear me all the time, and I'm saying, I'm just gonna keep on pushing this bunch until there's no more fear. Would that be all right?
Yep. We're gonna record you.
Yes, it will be. Here's what I'm gonna say. You see how everybody started laughing instead of crying there?
Yeah. We're all right. We're okay.
I'm just, you guys hear me say this before? You just stay there, man. All right. You guys hear me say this? I've been saying the last few weeks, you know, that whenever Peter saw Jesus walking on the water, something in Peter said, if he's able to do that, then I must be able to do that, right? I mean, so something inside of Peter said, if he's able to do it, I'm able to do it. And so I said there a few weeks ago, even every week now pretty much, saying, I'm going to keep on till a bunch of that jumps on us. To where when we read the Bible, we say, if he's able to do it, right?
Right.
If he's able to do it, it must be something in me says I'm able to do it. All right, so if a storm blew up, because there's what we do. We've read the Bible, and we've identified with the disciples more than we've identified with Jesus.
I hear that. Yeah.
Come on. Hey, why don't we start reading the Bible and see what a son of God's supposed to do? What if we read the Bible and saw an example of what kind of power a son of God has? Hey, we might quit worrying about the storm blowing up, you reckon? Besides that, we ought to be used to thunder boomer by now anyway. About every 3 hours for the last 2 weeks. Well, I can't hear you now anyway. You can get out there and come over here with us. I can. I'm just going to keep on until I saw this. You guys know one of my favorites, probably my favorite story in the Bible, David and Goliath, right? Well, I saw this where it said that the whole army of Israel, that's God's people, right? The whole army, it said they lined up in battle array. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'll make you gather in close if you can't, but if you want to gather in, you gather in, all right?
Hey, Jason, if we can get a few more lights on you, we can really get you good. There you go. More lights towards him.
All right.
There you go. That's awesome. Thank y'all. Looks bright.
Won't be able to see for the week, but just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, come here. Just sit here for a minute. I'll use you. All right. Can I just sit right here? That'd be just fine.
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
This is fun.
So I saw this. You guys know my favorite story. David and Goliath. The people of God, the ones with the covenant of God, it said they lined up in battle array. It said they come out every day for 40 days, and Goliath making fun of them and taunting them and doing all this stuff, and they line up every day in battle array. And I thought, golly, if that ain't a bunch of nonsense. They done that every day, and they were getting nothing done. It's like, here's a problem. Here's something taunting the people of God, wagging his mouth in their face and producing all this, and fear was all in the children of Israel, the people that have a covenant with God, right? 40 days. They line up in battle array. I thought, that looked just like religion. That looked just like what we do as church for the longest time. We get all our armor on, right? Get our duds on, and we go line up in battle array while the enemy just laughing and taunting, and no actual fighting happened at all. Until a different kind of cat showed up. a different kind of cat showed up, right? This is Cowboy church, right? Different kind of cats have showed up. That's what I'm saying. Do I got the right bunch?
Yeah.
So I'm saying there's a different kind of cat that can show up on the scene. It ain't all about the fluff and putting on the armor and then lining up in battle array and looking like something and saying like we're something. Oh, we're the people of God. Oh, sing it again. You know, all this stuff. But nothing happening. Right?
Right.
I'm saying I'm not living like that. Y'all aren't either, but we're going. I'm saying it ain't a one-man show. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you all. We're all different kind of cats. We're no longer a bunch of religious sissies and dressing up and nothing happening. I'm talking about some people showing up and the enemy goes down. Different kind of deal. David, I was really going to talk about, last week we talked about the goodness of God, right?
Yes.
And how we've resisted the goodness of God, but that's actually the way that God brings about change in us. And so we've got to start letting God be good and receiving God's goodness and allowing that to operate in our life and quit resisting it and blocking it, all that. Go back and watch it if you weren't here. But so I was really going to be good and organized and say you guys know me better than that. What I ought to do usually ain't what I do, right? So I should have talked tonight about how to receive and all that, because everybody asks that, well, how do I receive and all that? And so I really, in my mind, know that I should talk to y'all tonight about how to receive. But maybe I'll do that next week. Tonight I'm going to skip receiving, and I'm going to go straight to taking.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think as long as it's storm blowing anyway, this is the takers that are here tonight anyway. Because I see this happening where I seen a few weeks ago, we saw a girl got healed, you know, and she comes from a place that they've got faith, they understand faith, they know the word of faith and all this, and she had a back problem. And listen, I'm not being critical. We're all growing, we're all getting there, but if we don't ever talk about it, we're not ever going to get any different. So we're just going to talk about it. So it'd say, well, I'm believing for my healing, right?
That's right.
Well, that's good. Where I come from, you didn't even believe for that.
Yeah.
You believe God was going to, well, I ain't going to get on that, but you didn't even believe for no good, right? So I'm saying we're believing for our healing. That's a good posture to be in. I'm not being critical of that at all. It's the posture of a son. It's the posture that we live in. It's the way we are. We receive the goodness of God. It's a frame of mind. It's a mindset. It's the way we live, right? But I'm saying is there's a point to where I'm receiving for my healing, right? I'm believing for my healing, right?
That's right.
Well, 5 years on down the road, I'm still believing for my healing. Well, maybe might be something missing, or maybe there might be. You with me?
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not going to be believing for my healing for 5 years.
Come on.
I'm going after it right now.
That's right.
And now listen, the enemy will say, well, now Jason, you see a lot of people healed, but you don't see 100% of the people healed, so you probably ought not be talking about it. Well, true, I don't see 100% of the people I lay hands on get healed, but my percentage is way higher than it used to be before.
That's right.
I was 1%.
Yeah.
I was 1%, maybe a 0.5% or something like that. And so I'm climbing higher every day. So I'm not waiting until I reach 100% to start telling you all about
That's
it.
right.
That's right.
Because by believing in this, we at least, even if we only got 50%, 50% is way better than 1%.
Yeah.
Right? So we can talk about it? Yeah. All right. I'm glad you said so. I was going to anyway. So I'm saying something's got to happen.
That's right.
I'm not talking about doing and works. You guys know me better than that. I'm saying, but faith, I heard Pastor Dan say, faith is not speaking to a mountain. Faith is speaking to a mountain and the mountain moving.
Yeah. That's right.
There's a lot of speaking going on and nothing happening, nothing moving.
Come on.
Is it all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, nobody's going to be condemned. We're just hungry. We want to know, right? So I'm saying we're going to get to the place where, you know what, we're not just lining up in battle array and making our confessions and quoting our scriptures. We're going to know something. We're going to believe something about it all that produces action. And when we show up, things happen. When we show up, the giants fall. When we show up, we cut the head off the rascal and something. Have I got the right bunch?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to just live in battle array, do we?
No.
And pretend like we don't have fear. I hear it all the time. You know us. We get criticized by church folk. They won't say, "Wow, you're just saying sin don't matter." I'm saying, you all, the number one thing on the list of going to hell, the first thing on the list, you know what it is? Fearful.
That's right.
There ain't nobody more fearful than church folk. Come on, I'm not just saying they're going to hell. I'm just using their own stuff against them. Saying, you know, you want to talk about liars and cheaters and they're doing this and they're doing that. What about you? I'm not getting on that. I'm just saying. Right? Fear.
Don't tell God how big your problems are. Tell God your problems how big your God
That's
is.
exactly right. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying we're no longer just bystanders. We're no longer just laying around waiting on something to happen.
That's
We're
right.
takers. We're action. We're going after the thing. Even if we don't get it 100% of the time, we're still going after it. Have I got the right bunch?
Yes.
Look right here. It says, you guys don't know this story, but I'm going to tell it on him. Or he can tell it with me. So Jeff, he's gone, right? I forgot where he went. He might have told me. Elvis gone. He's my backup. I got Denny. You know, I like to mix it up. Don't use the same guys every time. So Mark, our buddy in Missouri, right? He couldn't be here. Our old buddies from Kentucky couldn't be here. So, I'm going down the list. Denny's up again. I called Denny. Hey, you want to play Thursday night? Oh, yeah. He said this is one of his favorite places, right? So, yeah, we're glad to have him. Well, that was what? Monday? So, Tuesday, he calls. No, Brenda called. Brenda called. He wasn't even able to call.
No.
He says, and I didn't really know any of this stuff. So Brenda calls and says, Denny can't come Thursday. He's got, I didn't know he had all this really, but had back issue. I don't know what all. Cavities have gone in there. They put cement in there. I don't know what all kinds of stuff going on. So he was having such a rough time. They couldn't get into Barnes. I mean, he's in big time pain, wanting to get in somewhere, get Barnes through. So they stay in Florida for the winter. So they're trying to get in their doctor in Florida. They're getting ready to take off on a jet plane and go to Florida. And now I say, well, wait a minute. I don't have no more list on my list.
That's right.
I know that sounds a little selfish. That wasn't my primary motive, but it was part of it. So they said we got to try to get waiting on calls these doctors and all that. And I said, well, now wait a minute. Would you let me work on it? Well, yeah. So I said, all right. Well, we'll meet in Vian. They live in Metropolis. I said we'll meet in Vian, and Rick and them have a place in Vienna, so we met there, and we had a big time, didn't we?
Well, yeah. I'm here.
Oh yeah, he's here.
I ain't gonna get there for
Hey, he ain't in Florida at the doctor, right?
Right.
I'll just make long story short. His healed self is sitting right here.
Yeah.
Now he sang them songs. He sang them songs. If you've been here very long, he'd sing that one song talking about I don't know what all he had before. Was that cancer before? Yeah. So he had cancer before, not too long after he's kind of gotten in here and all, and been going to High Point, hearing this good word, building up and all this. So here he was in a bad way, and Jesus walks in the room on him and touches him. That's what that song he sang, and healed him. I mean, nobody laid hands on him. Nobody. He was asleep.
July 12th.
July July the 12th, 2016, right? So Jesus walks in the room. Nobody didn't, I mean, we all been praying, and he's been believing, I'm saying, you know, in that posture, believing in healing, right? So that produces. I'm not being critical of that. So Jesus walks in the room and touches him and says he's going to be all right, and he's healed, right? So that's good stuff. That's good stuff. So now here he is again in another dilemma, right? Another dilemma. And he knows I love him and I love him. We're just talking about him. So now here he is in another dilemma, and I'm speaking for him, and he didn't even say this. I'm just feeling. I'm saying he's probably believing for his healing in the same posture that he was believing for it in the first time.
It's true.
I'm waiting for Jesus to come in the room and touch me again. Right? How many of you know, you can read through this, he never does it the same way.
That's right.
That's right.
Right? Because then we get a pattern and we...
Yep. Trust in the pattern.
Right?
Yep.
So, it's not going to happen the same way because now Denny has more faith. Denny's grown from where he was. He knows more than when he had to come in the room and heal him at that time because he didn't have what he has now. He had some. He don't have what he has now. Oh, he has a lot more now than he did Monday.
Amen.
Saying comes a point in time, we find out who we are. We rise up and take what's ours. And so I said, I got to have some music Thursday night. You can't go to Florida. We're taking what's ours.
That's right.
So we met down there in Vienna and we took what's ours, didn't we?
Yes,
Hmm?
yes. We did. I slept all night last night.
Slept all night. How long has it been
Praise
since
the
that
Lord.
happened?
A while.
A while.
Sleeping is good. Sleeping
I'm just saying. Believing is good. But believing produces. If believing has just been believing for a long time now, maybe we really ain't believing.
That's right.
If the mountain ain't moving, maybe we need to try something else.
Can
The
I
ma-
ask,
Yes, sir.
you know, you said to me down there, you said that, you know, you have to take. Taking is part of receiving, right? So if you don't take, you can't receive. That's how it's lodged in my
Well,
head.
I think you can receive. There's times you receive, and there's times he's doing things in me that I didn't even ask for or know to ask
That's
for.
right.
I mean,
Yep.
it's part of believing in the covenant we're in.
That's
It's
right.
part of knowing how good he is. That I don't like talking about me, but if I don't tell this stuff, I'm the only one I know. I'm the only one I know about, so I have to say something about me sometime.
I don't talk very good, so I have to ask you to do that for me.
All right. So I say, just by believing in the goodness of God and believing the gospel and believing the covenant that I'm under, good happens to me.
Amen.
I'm surrounded by good. David said, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. That word follow means pursue me and run me down.
Amen.
Yeah.
It's just part of the life with God. I'm a son of God. I've got favor. It's happening around me all the time, whether I'm saying the right thing or asking for this or, you know, I'm just saying it's just the atmosphere we live in.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's a big part of it. I just received that. I understand that it's His goodness that brings about change in me, so I give Him complete license and freedom to pour as much goodness on me as He feels
Yes.
fit.
Thank
I told Him, give me all I can stand and a quarter turn more.
you. Yeah.
So that, just believing that brings about. And I receive things into my life and know that I've been at this a little while now. I've understood the gospel of grace for a little bit now. I understand the new covenant that I'm under now. I understand now that I haven't had, okay, I wasn't going to get on this, but y'all can handle it. I haven't had sin consciousness for probably 9 or 10 years now.
Praise the Lord.
Now, does anybody in here believe that God uses me?
Yes.
I haven't asked for
Don't believe it,
forgiveness
I know
or
it.
confessed my sins in 10 years. Uh-oh. Yeah. If you ain't been here very long, your doctrine is shaking right now.
I don't have any doctorate. Don't believe it.
I gotta let that soak in for a minute.
I didn't know you was going to say that, did you?
I feel that a little bit. Oh boy. I'm just saying Jesus consciousness produces life.
That's right.
Sin consciousness produces death.
That's right.
Right.
Choose you this day.
Yes.
Death and life are in the power of your tongue. What is it we're confessing?
Life.
Ain't that something? He sure knows how to break the seriousness. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, knowing who you are and being established in that puts you in the posture to receive the goodness of God.
Thank
And
you.
that's
Amen.
happening. That's how you receive, by believing in that. You just believe it. I know it. It's past believing for me. It's just the way it is. It's. I don't know what word there is. Dean, is there a word that's farther, deeper than believing? Believing to the 10th power. Knowing. Exactly. Knowing. I just know it. You're not going to convince me of anything else. I don't care what kind of proof you think you have. I've done, I mean,
Been there, done that.
you're not going to convince me that I don't have black boots on.
That's right.
It's that simple and plain to me.
Thank you.
You're not going to convince me that I'm not healed. You're not going to convince me that my sin's gone. You're not going to convince me that I'm the righteousness of God. He's proud of me. We're partners.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
right.
We're partners in this deal. He can't do it without me.
Right. That's right. That's exactly.
Come on. If I'm going to stand on your doctrine, I might as well get right on it.
That's
Amen.
right. Go for it.
Can't do it without you, but I'm not in charge.